Something that I've found especially true when observing the training that athletes are sending me, like or the clients that I'm working with are sending me in terms of what else they're given for training, is, and this is specifically with hips, but it's a lack of training of the hips. Like it's actually seems very, very super simple, where the athlete will have a couple main lifts, just like, they'll have a squat, they'll have a deadlift, they'll have an RDL, they'll have a rear foot elevated split squat, and then maybe they'll have some hamstring work or whatever. And there won't be anything at all for any hip. Like a hip can flex, a hip can extend, a hip can rotate, a hip can adduct and abduct, right? But there just literally won't be anything in the program for the hip. And then the person's like, well, my hip hurts and I don't know why. Or my hip hurts and it's not being handled. It's like, well, we aren't actually training the hip at all. And so all we need to do is actually train the hip, right? And then to add on to that, if we look at the intensity or the force or the volume that we're doing with something like a sprint or a jump or one of those main lifts, we want to train the hip at that same level so that it can be prepared for that, right? Because the hip is a smaller piece that makes up the entirety of the output of those more main moves. And so if you're having hip issues, it probably starts with we just need to actually literally train the hip.